Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the biggest stories of the week. And what a week it's been. We've got everything from silicon that runs on light to, get this, digital ghosts of our loved ones. Let's dive right in.
Okay, so this week wasn't just another step forward for AI. It felt more like a giant leap. I mean, we're talking about AI that can outpace scientists and apps that can literally talk to the dead. The future is coming at us fast. So to really get a grip on all this, we've got to start at the very beginning, the foundations.
All right, first up, science and silicon. We're talking about the foundational breakthroughs that are powering, well, pretty much everything else we're going to cover today.
So imagine this. What if you could take 6 months of tedious human scientific research and just automate it? That's exactly what a new AI called Kosmos is promising. It's basically designed to be an AI scientist, digging through these massive piles of data to find the kinds of insights that, a human might just overlook.
And just to give you a sense of the scale here, we're talking about an AI that can read 1,500 research papers and run 42,000 lines of analysis code all in one go. And the crazy part? The conclusions it comes up with are almost 80% accurate. So yeah, this isn't just about making things a little faster. This could fundamentally change the speed of science itself.
So while the AI software is getting smarter, the hardware is getting a sci-fi upgrade. I mean, seriously. Researchers over in Finland have figured out a way to run AI operations not with electricity, but with light. It's like going from a horse and buggy straight to a teleportation beam. This could make AI unbelievably fast and way more energy efficient. Speaking of raw power, NVIDIA. They just basically dropped the mic on the whole industry. Their new Blackwell Ultra chip, it's not just a little better, it's over 4 times faster than the last generation. And all that horsepower? Well, that's the fuel for the massive billion-dollar power plays that we're going to get into right now.
Which brings us to our next section, billion-dollar power plays. Because all this technology and strategy, it's shaping the entire AI landscape. And you really see that with this quote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. He's not looking at AI as this zero-sum game where one company wins and everyone else loses. Instead, he's talking about a positive-sum future. The idea is that the real win is when AI lifts up the whole economy, for everyone.
And speaking of big players, well, Jeff Bezos is back. He's co-leading a new startup called Project Prometheus with a whopping $6.2 billion in funding, and their goal? To build AI for the physical world. We're talking engineering, aerospace, stuff that moves and builds things. It feels like he's building the perfect AI brain for his other company, Blue Origin.
And you can really see Nadella's positive-sum idea in action here. Microsoft and Nvidia teamed up to pour a combined 15 times billion dollars into Anthropic. Now here's the kicker. Anthropic is a major competitor to OpenAI, which is, Microsoft's main partner. It's a classic case of not putting all your eggs in one basket.
But check this out. This is where it gets really clever. As part of that deal, Anthropic has to spend $30 billion on, you guessed it, Microsoft's Azure cloud computing. So, Microsoft invests money, and a huge chunk of it comes right back to them as revenue. It's this perfect self-fueling cycle.
And it's not just companies making these massive bets anymore. It's entire countries. Saudi Arabia is going all in, making a huge push to become a global AI hub. They're partnering with xAI to get Grok, they're building enormous data centers, and they're buying up hundreds of thousands of GPUs. They're literally building an AI empire from scratch.
So let's talk about what all this money and hardware is actually building. Welcome to the Great Model Race, a head-to-head look at the latest and greatest.
Okay, so this week was huge for new models. We saw 3 major players step into the ring, and each one seems to be carving out its own niche. You've got xAI's Grok, which is all about personality and emotional intelligence. Then there's Google's Gemini 3, which is just crushing it on reasoning benchmarks. And finally, OpenAI's Codex Max, which is an absolute beast when it comes to coding. It's not about one single best AI anymore. It's about the best tool for the job. And let's be clear about this. With Gemini 3, Google is back in the driver's seat. For a while there, it really felt like they were playing catch-up to OpenAI, right? Well, not anymore. They've officially taken back the top spot on some really important reasoning tests. The race is definitely on. All right, so this top-tier competition is great, but what does it mean for the rest of us? Well, that brings us to Section 4, New Tools, New Realities. Let's look at how this frontier AI is actually showing up in our daily lives. Okay, this first one is pretty wild. Meta just open-sourced a new tool that feels like something out of a sci-fi movie. You can take a regular photo, point to something in it with a text prompt like yellow school bus, and the AI will segment it, pull it out, and reconstruct it as a fully usable 3D model. Think about the possibilities for game developers or designers. It's just incredible.
Then you've got Google. Their new image model, Nano Banana Pro, can now pull real-time data from the web. So what does that mean? It means you could ask it to create an infographic, and it'll not only design it, but also fill it with the latest, most accurate information it can find online. It's like having a graphic designer and a research assistant all in one.
And hey, group projects just got an AI upgrade. OpenAI has now rolled out ChatGPT group chats for everybody. You can bring the AI right into a conversation with up to 20 people. So it's not just you talking to an AI anymore, it's an AI collaborating with your whole team. That's a pretty big shift.
Okay, so all these new tools are amazing, but all of this progress is also bringing up some really tough, kind of unsettling questions about the ethics and societal impact of this technology, which leads us to our final section, the human side of AI.
So, let me ask you, would you create an AI to talk to the dead? Because that's not a sci-fi question anymore. There's a new app out there that creates interactive holo avatars of relatives who have passed away. And as you can imagine, this has sparked a massive ethical debate online. Is this helping people grieve, or is it something much more complicated?
And on a similar note, with the holidays coming up, consumer watchdogs are sounding the alarm about AI-powered toys for kids, and for good reason. They're worried about everything from privacy issues with always-on microphones to the potential harm to a child's development. I mean, one group even found an AI toy bear that would talk about inappropriate content. It's pretty scary stuff.
This really brings us to a crucial point, and it comes from one of the industry's own leaders. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, basically said that without laws, it's up to the companies to police themselves. A handful of unelected executives are making decisions that will affect all of society. And when he was asked who elected him to do that, his answer was just no one. It's a pretty sobering thought.
He thinks we're hitting a point of acceleration, what he calls a compressed 21st century, where we're experiencing 10 years of progress packed into one. And that leaves us with this final, really big question. As AI pushes human progress forward at this incredible speed, are we, as a society, actually ready for what we're creating? Can our own wisdom keep up?